on, wrestling fans? Big D here for the recap, covering for my partner in crime, Michael D'Angelo here, taking some much needed time off. Miss ya. We'll see you here soon. Just going over some quick hits here for this week's episodes of Raw and SmackDown. Some stuff went down, but not a lot went down. But let's go down what the big things were. So first off, we had John Cena and Cody Rhodes kicking off Raw in London. John Cena with an interesting shirt attire with the whole soldier hat. That was pretty cool to see. But yeah, nothing really notable there. Typical rundown. John Cena blaming Cody, talking about that he's the reason why, because he pretty much took John Cena's shtick and used it to propel himself. He took the recipe and did it, which is a dumb reason to be upset because people do that all the time. One couple notable things I wanted to mention in there though was that you had Cody Rhodes hit a little line there that says, "You're just mad because I was chosen for this, and you're chosen by one person in an office who we don't talk about anymore," obviously hinting at Vince McMahon. That was a very nice line delivered there. I noticed Cody's also getting a little bit fancier in his attire. I know he's always wearing a suit, but he usually wears sneakers because he made it a point to talk about how he changes his sneakers every episode because once he wears them, he doesn't wear them again. But now he's actually wearing like the nice shoes, the fancier suits, not just like your basic, business casual suits. These are more like business type suits because they're really trying to drive the contrast between John Cena and Cody Rhodes, which I think is working well. And of course, John Cena bringing up all of why he felt. It was a great promo back and forth. I'm not going to go for it word for word. Y'all go back and watch that. It was interesting. I was entertained. Some good moments in that. Now, the way it ended, though, John Cena faking that he was going to hit him and then tried to hit him, and Cody hits the crossroads. Nothing new. We always have the heel try to get one up on the face. The face got over. That's fine. But we noticed he did the too sweet to himself, gave it a kiss, and then did the Bullet Club guns to the WrestleMania sign. So maybe a little hint there. We talked about possibly we could see some sort of Bullet Club reincarnation there. I already talked about how he has all the pieces there to make it happen. Him and Finn. Finn is the creator of the Bullet Club. The Finn Balor Club. The Balor Club was in WWE. Bullet Club in New Japan. So who knows? Maybe we might see it. I'd be happy to see that. Of course, we had New Day come out to get a challenge here, and it was against the returning New Catch Republic. That was actually really great to see. Tyler Bate got a huge ovation for his return, and everyone loved that, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne were back as New Catch Republic. I miss this tag team. I'm hoping they stay healthy and it goes through. But it was a great return. New Day wins, though, of course, due to some shenanigans with, just doing the typical thing that they do as heels. They just taking in too much for the New Catch Republic. So nothing big there. Unfortunately, they lost. And then you had for some reason, the War Raiders came out just to come out and tell them to take the titles if they want them. And that was pretty much it. I don't know what else to say about that. After that, we had Jimmy Uso against Gunther. Gunther did all right. The big key moment here was afterwards because Jimmy wanted Jay to stay behind, but Gunther just made it a point to just obliterate Jimmy, and it wasn't even close. You had towards the end, at the end of the match, post-match beatdown, you had Big Brother come out to save, or not Big Brother, but Jay Uso coming to save his brother Jimmy, and ends up getting zip tied to the ropes and watching his brother get beaten to a bloody pulp, which was a nice touch to add more fuel to this fire. As we said before, they're starting off soft and they're kind of going harder and harder and harder, and I'm loving it. I'm loving this build up for their feud at Mania. It's going to make the title win that much sweeter for Jay. I still believe Jay's going to win. So we'll see. We had, of course, nothing else besides that. You had Braun Breaker and Penta teaming together versus Judgment Day. Judgment Day wins. Nothing too big there. We had Penta accidentally super kicked Braun Breaker, which kind of caused a miscommunication. So obviously that feud's not over. We had, of course, Logan Paul come out. The London crowd hated him. Nothing big there. Just a typical back and forth. Nothing really big there. We had the main event, which was actually very interesting. My match of the night, which was Io Sky and Rhea Ripley with Bianca Belair as the special guest referee. This actually was a really good match. I wasn't sure how Bianca was going to do as a referee. They even tried to hype it up backstage where she's taking advice from a referee and getting pointers and tips and all that fun stuff. And it worked out well. She did great as a referee, and she ended up double DQing them because at one point they each took a shot at her, and I guess she just got fed up of it and rang the bell, and then they just a brawl, and that was it. But at the end of the day, Rhea Ripley stood tall by taking on both women. Again, this is going to be a triple threat, as much as I hate to say it, because it takes away from the fact that we had Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble. Those winners, obviously, we're seeing not really making much of a difference because you can just insert yourself in a match like Rhea did. I love Rhea. I think she's great. I'm not disappointed in the fact that it's going to be a triple threat between them. It's going to be a great match, I'm sure. My gripe, and I'm just going to be clear on this, my gripe is more that what's the whole point of the Elimination Chamber then? Because it's pointless at this point. So that's enough points. Overall, Raw did pretty okay, setting the road for WrestleMania more, pushing along the storylines. It did okay. I'd give it like a B minus, only just because I really wasn't a fan of these matches that we knew were gonna just. We know what's gonna happen now, right? It's the predictability of WrestleMania. They're just building feuds, so I guess I just have to accept that. But it is what it is, folks. But overall, B minus. Fun time. London crowd was insane, loud, rambunctious, raucous, all that good stuff. Hats off to them. That was great. On to SmackDown, actually, in Chicago. We had CM Punk returning home. The whole crowd was just, of course, naturally, right? He's in his hometown. Everyone's losing it for CM Punk. Obviously, we're going to have that set up for later in the night, but that's one of the bigger storylines I kind of wanted to take some time on. So we had CM Punk come out. For weeks, he's been talking about this, months actually, since War Games. Paul Heyman owes him a favor. What's this favor? What's the favor that he's going to cash in on? We all speculated, and CM Punk said, "Today I'll reveal it, but I want Roman Reigns in the ring because it's going to shake him to his core." And naturally, that intrigued Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins got in on it, rolled in. So we had a big old segment where CM Punk was to reveal his stipulation with Paul Heyman, and it's essentially that Paul Heyman is going to be at CM Punk's corner. That's it. I felt really let down. I felt that all that buildup was really for nothing. Seth Rollins was just there laughing hysterically. Roman Reigns looked upset, tried to attack CM Punk. CM Punk ended up standing tall, of course, because he's in Chicago and he's main eventing WrestleMania. And then, of course, yeah, Paul Heyman, of course, doing Paul Heyman stuff. He's great on the mic, telling the crowd not to laugh when they mentioned getting fired was the funniest, that was a funny part too. So I don't know. It was okay. It was a real letdown on what was really being hyped up as like a big stipulation. It could have been something different. It could have been, I don't know, maybe it could still pay off into something more. Maybe Paul Heyman is just going to turn on Punk completely. Or maybe he'll just, I don't know. He's not going to refuse it because the whole day he spent telling Roman how he can't tell him no. He can't tell him no. He can't tell him no. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's disappointing for me, but let me know what you guys think about the special favor that was asked for, and we can talk about it. Another notable moment was the debut of Rey Fenix in SmackDown. He went up against NXT, one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, Nathan Frazier, and bonkers of a match. I really enjoyed this match. This was my match of the night just because of how fast paced it was. It was heavy on just all the aerial assaults. The goodbye amigo kick, that was awesome. That was actually a really, 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 really great move. And then he hit they're calling it the Mexican muscle buster, I guess is what they're calling it. I think they called it the something else. Somebody help me out here in the comments. It's not in my memory right now. But it was called, I think it was called like a fire driver or something to that extent. I like the Mexican muscle busters. Okay. I'd rather have it be the fire driver or whatever it was they were trying to call it. But again, Rey Fenix had a great debut. My thoughts are they're going to push him like they did Penta. He's kind of getting the same treatment. He was able to get a post-match interview in as well, just like his brother Penta did. And of course, he was super excited, excited to do it. And I think they're happy here, and you can tell in their styles. There was a couple slip-ups. They, nerves, of course, as always. We saw the same thing with Penta, and Penta's already polished up and back in his groove. So I think Rey Fenix is going to be probably in that same aspect. They're going to push him. They're going to get him going, get him hot, get him over with the crowd even more than what he already was after that match. And I think they're going to eventually reunite the Lucha Brothers. And then they're just going to run roughshod through the tag division, because I would love to see Lucha Brothers versus New Day, Lucha Brothers versus New Catch Republic, Lucha Brothers versus everybody, including, of course, the Usos. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for the Lucha Brothers to run wild in WWE. Let me know what you guys think as well in that aspect, because it's exciting. If you've never seen them perform together or wrestle together, it's definitely a treat. So looking forward to it. After that, we had LA Knight in what seems like a nothing match really against Tama Tonga. He just, giving Tamatanga some work, I guess. He ends up winning naturally. He's the US champion. Defeating Tamatanga, it was all right. Yeah, DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. Again, great match. These two teams always know each other very well. It's very obvious when they wrestle in the ring. They know each other well. They hit spots well. It's always a good, fun match to see. We've just seen it a lot already. And I think all they're doing right now is finding ways to turn this tag team title match at Mania into some sort of ladder match, which I am all for. I would like a multiple team ladder match, please. That would be awesome. And yeah, I think everyone else would agree. Let me know if you don't for some reason. After that, we had, of course, B-Fab against Naomi, trying to get back on her. Naomi, it trips me out that Naomi is a heel now and, completely changes her tone and her attire, but the music stays the same. It's still that peppy, upbeat music, even though she's more, more serious, more aggressive. And I mean, she showed it here. She did beat B-Fab, and it looks like we're gonna get Naomi and Jade Cargill for WrestleMania, which was, I'm sure, is going to be the blow off match because of what happened. That was a given. I just wish they had different ring music for her because it doesn't match up. So, and the match was all right. And then we also had, let me see here, checking my notes for you guys. We had, of course, the big match between Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman, last man standing match. That was actually a really, really great match. We had these two giants going at each other, and ultimately Jacob Fatu wins. And the whole reason I bring this match up is because it sets up Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight for the US Championship. And I would absolutely love to see Jacob Fatu win the US Championship. I feel he's earned it. He's super over with the crowd, even as a heel, and he's amazing on the mic. He's amazing in the ring. As those of us that have seen him before WWE, we knew that, but now it's kind of even more to light for other fans to see him. And again, he's just so over. I think he's due for that title run, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, he gets that title against LA Knight. So we'll see if he wins it. We'll just have to stay tuned and see. Now, as we settle into more serious news here, we had Kevin Owens coming down to the ring to announce that he's going to be stepping out of his match with in WrestleMania with Randy Orton because he's going to require neck surgery because of an injury that just came to light. Lots of rumors speculating, was this true? Is this, are they just pulling our leg, or is this not? Like, what's the word on it? I've done a lot of research myself, and everything I'm seeing is pointing to it being an accurate report and that he is going to require some surgery, be out for some time. How long, I don't know. But, obviously I wish the best for Kevin Owens. I hope he makes a speedy recovery, and I will be looking forward to seeing him back in the ring again very, very soon. Of course, Randy Orton, not one to break kayfabe, wanting to, obviously Kevin Owens rolls out before he even has a chance to tell him anything. In his own frustration, I guess, hits Nick Aldis with an RKO. I don't know if that'll spark and Nick Aldis and our Randy Orton feud, but that'd be funny because, of course, Nick Aldis used to wrestle, and that'd be great to see him back in the ring. But I doubt it. We'll see what they do with Randy Orton now. I think they're going to try and scramble and put something together for him because Randy Orton is a WrestleMania type of talent. But we shall see. After that, we had another notable moment I wanted to talk about, and this one's no, it's not sad. It's just that it didn't go very well. We had Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair in ring for a promo during the night, trying to, of course, banter with each other, talk each other down, all that good stuff. The crowd hated Charlotte. And when I say hated, I mean they booed her out that building so much that she got flustered. And she was so flustered, she couldn't finish her promo. Like, she couldn't get the words out right. She ended up turning into like a schoolyard bully, just trying to make fun of the small things to try and get a word in. You had Tiffany Stratton just going in on her, talking about how she doesn't been around, she doesn't know what the deal is. And Charlotte Flair is over here, trying to say, well, making fun of her voice, her tone, her pitch, trying to make fun of her. And then Tiffany Stratton hits you with a great line that says, like, you're gonna be just like, your results are gonna be just in WrestleMania are gonna be just like, your love life or whatnot, insinuating that she's been divorced 3 times. Like, you're 0-3 right now in relationships. So pretty much making light of the 3 divorces that Charlotte Flair has gone through. Obviously, that struck a nerve because as soon as Tiffany hit that line, she rolled out of the ring to leave. And Charlotte, in a panic, just looked at her and said, well, then why is Kaiser in my DMs? And honestly, the crowd didn't really pop for that. They were still booing the hell out of Charlotte. But you could tell Tiffany was kind of like her reaction just kind of told us that Charlotte went very off script. She went far left on it, and she didn't know because she didn't know what to say, which is weird because we talked about this before. The caliber of wrestler Charlotte Flair is, she's supposed to be great on the mic, she's supposed to be great in the ring. We haven't seen that. It's like this is like a clone of Charlotte Flair that didn't get the software update needed in order to spit a good promo, in order to look good against not so great talent that's beneath her. Because let's be honest, Charlotte Flair in her own right will be a Hall of Fame inductee at some point when she does retire, because she is a great women's wrestler. But these last few matches we've been seeing her struggle against mid card talent is something we can't ignore. And then her struggles on the mic, just right there alone, I mean, what she do? Just make fun of her voice, taunting her, and then saying that her boyfriend's in her DMs? Because obviously, those who do know, or those who don't, for those who don't know, obviously Ludwig Kaiser and Tiffany Stratton are a couple. They have been for quite some time, and so to just give that kind of remark was a stretch. She was reaching, she was desperate, she was trying to grasp at anything she can to try and get a reaction, because she lost the crowd, she lost the promo, and she just had to resort to going off script. So I don't know what the issue is there, but hopefully they clean that up, because it doesn't make her look good. And if they're trying to give her the title at Mania, I'm telling you right now, everyone's going to lose their minds, and not in a good way, because Charlotte isn't looking like a champion right now. She just really isn't. She's not showing us that she is. And this whole feud has just seemed awkward, clunky, and just off. And it's weird to see that, but it is. And so hopefully that does get fixed, and they do figure out what they want to do with her and how they want to do it. But yeah, and on a funnier moment, to even make matters worse, Ludwig Kaiser took to X. I was going to say Twitter, but X, to react to it, and just said, "Nah," pretty much denying it, obviously, because we know he is. We know he's denying it. We know it's not true. We know she's just grasping at straws, and it just makes her look worse and desperate. So we'll see what the bounce back looks like next week on SmackDown. I'm not sure what to expect. We'll see, but it was just bleh. So because of all that, SmackDown was all right. I would say it's on the same level as Raw, as a BB minus. I mean, not much more to say about that. Again, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and comments. Please let me know what you think. Comment down below. Don't forget to, of course, like, share, subscribe. That's how we grow the channel. We keep doing this every week, week to week, week to week for you guys, because we love wrestling. We love talking about wrestling, and we love engaging with you guys. So make sure you're following us on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribing, all that good stuff. Get notifications, hit that bell alert, so you know when we upload every week. We try to upload same time once a week. And again, all your support is greatly appreciated. That's been it for Raw and SmackDown here on the recap. I have been Big D, and we'll catch y'all next week.